Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy and welcome to the first episode of my first home series. So if you guys haven't seen my prologue, I will link it right here in the little information little bubble. If not, I will link it in my description box if you guys have not seen that. Anywho, so as you can tell by the title of this video, we are talking about renting versus buying and old versus new. So if you guys know from my first video, I have said I am buying a home and I didn't really specify what kind of home I was buying. So I wanted to talk about why I decided to buy a new home. I decided to actually kind of build. It's not really build, it's more like a quick possession home. But if you guys aren't subscribed already, make sure you guys tap that subscribe button. And obviously if you guys want, you guys can turn on the notification. I personally don't ever really turn on notifications, but like if you want to do that, totally go ahead. Anywho, so renting versus buying. Why did I decide to buy a home? So I know that there's going to be a lot of people who are like, it's better to rent, it's better to rent, you save so much money, you can take that money and invest it elsewhere. Nancy, I definitely know that. I was thinking, I was like, you know what, Nancy, like why are you even considering buying a home? You should take all that money from like being able to live. I'm living rent-free at my parents' house right now, so I have a lot of money saved up and extra money that I can be putting into investing and stuff like that. And even if I did move out and I rented a place, either a apartment or a house or whatever, I would still be saving money because I'm not going to be paying like a mortgage and all that fun stuff. I know that. I've read lots of articles. There is an article, I will link it, rent versus buy, if you guys want to read it. But for me, ultimately, I wanted the sense of freedom. Not freedom financially, because like buying a property or buying a home is like a big deal and not a lot of financial freedom, but I wanted some freedom to do whatever I want to a space, or at least inside a space. And I wanted not to have like a landlord, and I wanted to just own something. Not like owning a home is like a life milestone that you need to achieve, but that's just something that I wanted personally, and I don't think I need to justify that to anyone. I just want to do it. When you are renting, you are paying monthly fees for someone else to pay off their mortgage for that place, at least in the terms of like a house. At least like if you're renting out like a basement or whatever, you're paying off someone else's mortgage, not your own, because you're not going to own that place. If you live in that place for like 2 years and you rent that place for 2 years, you're not going to own any portion of it. You're just gonna live in it and you pay your part, which is great. But again, with renting, I guess you have less responsibility of the property itself, because you're just paying someone, the landlord, the fees and all that fun stuff. But anyways, I know that buying a place comes with a lot of responsibility. It is a lot of work. So I'm gonna go into what kind of place I bought. You're like, Nancy, what did you buy? Did you buy a condo? Did you buy a townhome? Did you buy a detached home? Like, what did you buy? So I am in the process of purchasing a townhome. So this townhome does have condo fees. There are townhouses in Canada that have no condo fees and have condo fees. So the condo fees, what you're paying for is for the maintenance of the outside and shoveling of the snow, raking of the leaves, lawn work, and you know, just all that fun jazz. Whereas the ones without condo fees, basically it's still a townhome, you still share those walls with your neighbors, but you have to maintain lawn work and shoveling and the exterior by yourself, and that's just a trade-off. So you usually pay a little bit more for a townhome that has no condo fees versus a townhome that has condo fees. The downside of condo fees is that it will increase yearly depending on what happens and stuff like that. There are a lot of things I can get into, but the place that I am buying has condo fees. I'm okay with that because I am young, 20-something-year-old who doesn't want to shovel snow and doesn't want to do lawn work. So this is the lifestyle I want now. I'm not living in this townhome forever. This is not my forever home. That's the decision I have made. If I ever get married or whatever and have kids, if I do that and everything, I don't want to raise a family in this place because it's way too small. Actually, that's a lie because this place isn't small per se, but I believe that if I were to have a family and stuff like that, I would want a place with like a beautiful backyard and not have a shared wall with a neighbor or two shared walls with neighbors. I'd also want the house to not be so tall because townhomes or townhouses typically are quite tall. But for now, this one fits my lifestyle. I am not married and I do not have kids, so this is why I have decided to just pick a townhouse. I was considering actually a detached home with a detached garage in the back, but again, when you are looking at those are more pricey. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with them because my budget. So, oh yeah, I didn't even talk about my budget. I wanted to cover this in another video, but I'll touch upon it briefly in this video. My budget was from 300k to 400k. Obviously, that's a big range. I did not want to go near 400k. The happy spot for me was 350k, 350 Canadian, okay? And again, I am from Alberta, Canada, so the house prices are decent, okay? Especially if you're thinking of like townhomes and stuff, 350, you can grab a great, lovely designer townhome, no problem. But if you're thinking of single detached homes or a laned home or whatever, you will be paying at least 350, 360, upwards of 400 for like a really small laned home or a single detached home. If you're looking for a gorgeous, spacious, in a nice neighborhood, you would obviously looking up 400 plus to 500, obviously even more depending how big you want it. That's just like from what I have looked at, especially because I have been looking at new homes, at least with new builders. I was not looking through realtors and stuff like that, or like through homes that were put on sale. I will get into the next video on how I decided to get my home. Anyways, so that is why usually if you're looking at different neighborhoods with the homes already there, their property values will increase sometimes, so their house might be a little bit more pricey and stuff like that. I'm not a realtor or a real estate agent or like know anything about real estate at all. I'm just going off by what I have learned in like the past year or so of like researching all this crap. Anyways, the only thing actually that I did not look at was apartments and condos, because again, I did not want to rent an apartment or buy an apartment, and I did not want to buy and rent a condo. The reasoning because usually these spaces are quite small. I wanted something at least like 1,200 square feet or more, just because of the stuff and space I want. Again, I wanted a generous kitchen or a nice kitchen, a nice-ish living room space. I wanted a dining room space. I wanted a nice laundry room. I have a lot in my wish list, which I will touch upon in my next video. But I just am a little bit picky, so that is okay to be picky. It's nice to have a wish list and everything, especially if you have like a realistic expectation, okay? I think I have realistic expectations, at least, you know, because people who, when they're looking for their first home, obviously you want it to be like really great and everything, but you have to remember your budget. Like, that's the thing. Like, I knew I had a budget. I could not be super picky and everything, even though I have like really anal retentive, like, you know, tendencies and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely wanted a lot of space compared to an apartment or a condo, what they could offer me. And I did not want to live in the downtown area, actually. I like living more so like outside downtown area, just because I find that I like parking space. Parking space to me is very important. I actually really needed a detached or an attached garage. That is a big thing for me. So yeah, that's why I chose a townhome or a house rather than a condo or apartment. And going back to the point of looking through realtor sites or like real estate like sites and listings and stuff like that, the reason why I went with new ultimately was actually the price difference. So when you are going with a builder, and if you have time, that's the thing, if you are looking for a house right away, I would obviously go for a house that's already built, because you can possess the home right away. But for me, I have a lot of time in my hands. I don't want to move in till next year. So I was like looking around and I realized that with builders, usually you can get a decent price on a new build home and you can always negotiate. And that process is actually going to save you a little bit of money, especially if you're patient and stuff like that. So that is another reason why I decided to get a newly built home as well. So I feel like this video, I want to end it here because I feel like I'm going into overlapping in the next episode territory, because episode 2 I'm going into how I picked the house or the home, the townhome that I'm going to be living in the future. So yeah, I feel like I'm already stepping into those territories. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of my new home, my first home series. I hope you guys found it useful, if not, at least entertaining. Anywho, I hope you guys have a good day and I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure to check out the previous video if you haven't already. I hope you guys did. If you guys didn't, that's totally okay. I'm not gonna be like hounding you on that. But anyways, have a good day, you guys. Bye.